it, Tommy?
A classic Canadian confectionery.
That's what we have, because if you have Easter eggs left over after the bank holiday we're about to show you, put them to delicious use, because it is
a classic Canadian confectionery. We've got Krissy Gibson with us this morning. Good morning to you, Krissy, from Take the Cake Bakery.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Take the Cake.
So this is a confectionery from back home.
It is. I was born in Vancouver.
Canadian confectionery.
Yeah, I was born in Vancouver, and Nanaimo bars come from Nanaimo, which is a city on Vancouver Island.
So do they come in a packet, or
So you would typically make these at home.
Okay.
Do you know, this is, I think, to Canadians what biscuit cake is to us over here.
Oh, right,
it's just
classic.
It's
Canadian.
Nanaimo bars.
Cake?
With cake with biscuit in it.
What's biscuit cake?
Chocolate biscuit cake.
Yeah.
Oh, a chocolate biscuit cake.
You
Sorry.
taking the biscuit. Okay, so there's a few steps here, so we're going to get going. We start in with a bain-marie or a double boiler.
And the reason we're doing this, Krissy, is because it's Easter and we're all bloody Easter eggs galore in the house, and we need to get rid of them.
We have, I literally have Easter eggs going up my stairs. I'm begging people to take the Easter eggs away.
Yeah.
So if your house looks like mine, this is a great thing to do with any leftover chocolate. You can use bits of a bunny, you can use a leftover egg if you've got some buttons or flake bars.
Flake and all
I will
sorts
say, if you have any dark eggs at home that you want to get rid of, use those, because the middle layer in Nanaimo bars is quite sweet. It's a custard cream.
Okay.
And so if you use a dark chocolate, it kind of offsets that sweetness of the middle layer. But in our double boiler, I have these three things, okay? It's 125 grams of butter, 50 grams of unsweetened baking cocoa, and just 50 grams of castor sugar or granulated sugar, okay? You heat it up over your bain-marie. And to this...
Can I ask you, sorry, one
course.
second? See the
Ask
bain-marie,
away.
the water, is that meant to touch the bottom of the pan? No, so
What
it has
a
to be
great
the gap
question,
between
Tommy.
it.
He's always great with the questions, isn't he?
That's why I'm on this show.
It's actually a great question, because you don't want the water to touch the bottom, because
It's just the steam.
Exactly. You're heating
melting
it up softly so that you don't burn it.
He's been here that long. He asked those questions 30 years ago as well.
He's taking your lead, Alan. So once this cools down for a few minutes, we're going to add 5 mils of vanilla extract, just a teaspoon, and 1 beaten egg, all right? We're going to mix this in, and as we add the egg, we're going to see that this thickens up a little bit, all right? We're going to let this sit. We're going to use this in just a minute. Now, to our base. This is part of our base, gentlemen. This is a 3-layer bar, okay? You see how that's nice and thick now? We're ready to set it aside. Part of our base is walnuts, okay? So we're going to grind up just 60 grams of walnuts. And we're going to add that to 250 grams of digestive biscuit crumbs and 100 grams of desiccated coconut. All right?
Oh, you can taste the coconut in it a bit. I was just wondering, what it was. It's the coconut.
Yeah. So the walnuts and the coconut do really add to the texture of that bottom layer.
Yeah.
I happen to love this crust. Now, if you're not crazy about nuts, you can leave the walnuts out.
Add more. Would you have to add more biscuit base then?
No,
you
you wouldn't have to. And you know something? One of my sons is allergic to walnuts, but he's not allergic to cashews. So sometimes I'll make this with cashews instead.
All right.
So it's what type of nut really isn't that important, but typically, traditionally, Nanaimo bars are made with walnuts. Now, we have our chocolate that we're going to add to our dry ingredients for the base. And once we have that set up, we're going to press this into an ungreased pan, and that will make our base, okay? You want to press it in nice and firm and try and make sure that it's flat. And I'm just going to use my hands because it's quickest. And this, it turns out a little bit dry, and that's how we want it. Now, once we have this pressed into our pan, we let it chill.
What's beside you there?
Yeah, I have a chilled one.
Okay.
And the reason it's important you use a chilled one when you go to build the rest of your Nanaimo bars is that if you don't have it nice and chilled and it's not sort of, firm in there, what will happen is when you go to press your custard cream layer on top, it might pull apart the base. So we're going to
So you have the other one ready there to go.
Yeah. So we're going to chill that for 10 minutes in the fridge.
Oh, just 10 minutes?
You could even pop it into the freezer if you want, okay? Right. But do make sure it's chilled before you move ahead. Now, moving on, we have our custard cream for the middle. Like I said, this is sweet. So if you have a sweet tooth and you didn't load up on chocolate over the Easter, you might be in the mood for this. Now, we're taking 60 grams of butter again and 250 grams of icing sugar.
Wow.
We are adding 20 grams of custard powder, okay? And we're also adding either 50 grams of full-fat cream or 50 grams of full-fat milk. I like using cream. I always take the fat whenever I can.
Okay.
So
this could be messy, I'd say.
You know, I'm known for wearing my food when I leave. I usually end up wearing everything.
You've done very well. That's obviously butter is very soft.
You know, yeah, it has to be soft butter, but I made sure to start on the low speed. But yeah, before you make this, like Tommy said, make sure the butter is nice and soft, and that way it'll incorporate nicely with the icing sugar. So, once we have this mixed up, we're going to just press it onto our base. And I'm going to use the chilled base that I already had. Okay. And that way, I'll be sure that everything won't, you know...
So you put that on, and do you have to let that sit for a while before...
So we're going to put it back in the fridge.
Okay, and then...
We're going to put this back in the fridge. We're going to let it chill for at least another 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then... while that's chilling, we're going to make our top layer.
You melt the chocolate then for the top.
Yeah. Now, the top layer, that's when you want to use your leftover chocolate, okay?
Okay.
I do like darker chocolate because the middle layer is quite sweet.
Yeah.
And it's great with milk chocolate, don't get me wrong. But it's also good with dark chocolate. Just use whatever you have.
Oh, there you go. That's spread now.
Now, this will be a thin layer.
Okay.
But do you see how when it's not, if it's not chilled enough, it'll kind of pull the chocolate base to the side.
So that goes back into the fridge for 10 minutes and then the chocolate goes on top of that?
10 minutes. And we're on TV time today, so I'm going to cheat a little bit, gentlemen.
Yeah. So you're just going to pour the chocolate on top of it?
That's right. So I've melted my chocolate. We're combining it with 60 grams of butter once again. Oh, all right?
More butter. Wow.
I'm just going to top this. Like this.
And now, that's dark chocolate, ideally.
I use a combination because I did use a leftover egg and then I had a few squares of dark chocolate left over.
And Krissy, then that obviously all goes back into the fridge for how long then?
At least not long. It doesn't have to be long, but
really?
No, it doesn't have to be long. At least.
Like, could you make this the day before and then have it the next day?
100%.
Yeah,
I always prefer chilled desserts to be in the fridge overnight. But if you only chill this for a half an hour, you'll be fine.
And there they are here in front of us. They are delicious.
Aren't they good? Yeah. Tommy, what do you think?
Very, very tasty, yeah. The pride of Nanaimo, BC. Where's BC?
That's right. That's, well, Vancouver Island is over on the west coast.
Okay.
Have you ever been to, like, Seattle, that area?
I have been to Seattle,
The Pacific Northwest is the most beautiful place in the world. I'm very proud to have come from there, and I'm born there anyway.
Well, you're the pride of that
I'm telling you, it is a beautiful area.
This morning. And Krissy, you're staying with us, and we're making something totally different a little later on.
We're going to go healthy next, gentlemen.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Krissy Gibson. Now, after the break, we're learning about how to style the quiet luxury trend on the catwalk.
We'll see in a few minutes.